What was that?
We have an incoming threat. Pain will be their best teacher, as they will soon discover.
Damn,
You should have
dustman.
fled.
That it? That your best?
You're not making yourself popular, you know. All clear for now.
What's the situation? Well, that's something at least.
The world would be a sadder place without stories.
I'm glad you're with us. I don't like the looks of this place, and I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks. These old ruins, they don't want us here. The ancient ones. Better left alone. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
You must be the new recruit. Welcome to the Legion.
Looks like the damned rebels got here first. No matter. We have the element of surprise. Prepare to move out. This isn't a damn summer picnic. Hurry up! We need to hit them before they know we're here.
Places like this can be very dark and foreboding. You would think a torch would help light the way, but the brightest torch only casts a darker shadow.
You call yourself a war...
Son of a...
What was that?
Oh, no!
Over there! See how you like this?
This ends now!
It's always a myth.
Well done. They never knew what hit them. But don't underestimate the Stormcloaks. Many are Legion veterans. They may be traitors, but they know how to fight. We had the advantage of surprise this time, but don't expect it to last. Let's move out. Everybody ready? We charge on my signal. Time to show what you're really made of. For the Empire!
What was that?
Die! Only a fool lets himself get what's around.
You have to be realistic about these things.
Is this what killed that Stormcloak over there? It can't be. Looks like it's been dead for 100 years.
Steady now. The Legion has faced down worse than a few dusty old bone walkers. We're not leaving here until we get what we came for. Now let's keep moving. The Stormcloaks are here in force. Stick close and follow orders so we don't stir up the whole place against us. Get him! Die!
It wasn't as exciting as I hoped. Try that again. I dare you.
And this must be the Hall of Stories.
Too bad we can't read these carvings. Who knows what secrets we'd uncover.
One thing at a time, soldier. Focus on our primary mission. We're searching for the crown. Looks like we weren't the first ones here either. Even if these carvings tell us where the crown is, I'm sure we're going to have to find a way through this door. See what you can figure out, Auxiliary. I'm going to check out these carvings over here. Let me know if you find something. What is that? Some kind of stone claw? I wonder what it's used for. Careful! I wouldn't do that again unless you know for sure it's going to open. Looks like the door will open if we turn these rings the right way. Good job. All right, everyone. Keep your guard up. Let's move out.
I'm bored out of my mind.
All right, Legionnaires. Spread out and see what we've got. Auxiliary, do what you do best. See if you can find some way to get that gate open.
What should I do?
We've been through worse. Just keep it going.
Look out! Draugr!
That's
Continue,
the end of
Hermes.
that.
Follow me. Let's see where this leads. The crown should be around here somewhere. Spread out and keep your eyes open.
Hey, I found a crown over here on this corpse. Is this the one we're looking for?
Get away from there. Have it your way. Let's get that crown, man. Look out!
Should have fled. Flee or die. I've met rodents more intimidating. You should have fled.
All right, get the crown off that dogger. Be careful. Take that crown back to Solitude, soldier. We'll stay here and
What
see
do
if
you
we
wish
can
of
find
me?
anything else that could be of use.
I'm bored out of my mind.
Seems we have company. Ready yourself for combat. You'll regret that. Unexpected, but I'm not finished yet. You're not making yourself popular, you know. You're not making yourself popular, you know. Senseless waste of life.
Troll's blood. What happened to you, Pavo?
The Forsworn have taken Kolskegr mine. We're the only ones left.
Gods. You two head inside and get some rest. I'll send word to the Jarl. You lost? Seems Kolskegr mine got hit by Forsworn. Those madmen get more bold every season. Pavo and Gat are the only survivors. I'll be sending word to the Jarl about this, but I don't know when help will come. I'm sure Pavo would be grateful, and we'd all rest a little easier.
Hello, stranger. By up here, do you mean our camp? ᴑᴜᴜ and myself were travelling together, but now he prefers to be more stationary. He's perfecting some recipe to present to somebody in Markarth. It doesn't bode well with my intentions. I prefer to keep moving. ᴑᴜᴜ won't even speak to me anymore, as my training often destroys his cooking apparatus. I know. I really should take the hint. Where are you headed anyway?
It seems to me two things are obvious.
Dog.
I'm a poor influence, and you're a poor judge of character, which makes you well suited to be this dog's new owner. Let that be a lesson when you pet its coat and it urinates on you. How should I know? It doesn't respond to imbecile, and I can't think of a more appropriate name. So for now, I've resorted to calling it Dog. The loyalty of mortals is indeed a rare and treasured thing. Well, it all has to do with the price of troll fat. It's been dropping like flies ever since the book Finn's Guide to Troll Slaying got published. Since I already own a considerable stash, it's in my best interest to kill as many trolls as I can, and make the items scarce. I usually track their footprints and follow them to their lairs. They typically aren't very happy to see me. Except this one time they were too busy cornering this mangy dog, and the army of fleas in its garrison. That's right. Funny thing is, if I hadn't killed the trolls, this dog would probably have annoyed them to death, or loud barking in the middle of the night. I haven't the faintest idea why you'd think I'd enjoy the company of this dirty, flea-ridden cacophony of fur. The dog does serve as excellent troll bait, or any bait for that matter. I can't begin to fathom how many enemies this beast has made in its travels throughout Skyrim. Well, outside of that, the only quality that sets it apart is the impossible amount of urine it holds in its bladder. Frankly, the dog is a prodigy in this regard, and I can see how it might be useful if you directed it at the right people. The problem is, he refuses to urinate on anyone but his master. And that's a title I would give my left ear and 3 of my toes to remove. You... what? Is that a joke or some sort of perversion? Get away from me! If it walks on all 4s, kill it. If you don't, you may regret it later. Yes, it fails to grasp that I want to murder it. Funny, because that's all I ever think about. Well, she was a free spirit, so while she came to help out, she didn't stay long. She'd leave on these crazy adventures, and that's where she met my father. I never even knew his name. But it doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, the only name he'll ever have is that of a vile dog. She was a capricious woman with a passion for life. Even in her later years, she tells stories about art, adventure, and love. She told me Eʟᴜᴜᴜ used to be the same, but tragedy and war toughened her resolve. Most people who've lived hard lives, they're always worried about the future. But my mother always lived for the present. What's tomorrow but future's past? And what's yesterday but ancient history? Indeed, she was from another time. Her love had no limit, and her heart belonged to all. But children of war and famine, our hearts belong to no one. I wasn't sure if Eʟᴜᴜᴜ was willing to accept me into her home. She's a hard woman and a good farmer, and probably never forgave my mother. Seeing me was like opening an old wound. It was Adori. She welcomed me like a sister. Of course, Eʟᴜᴜᴜ came around as well once I offered to pay rent. Now it's Adori who resents me. I don't know. But my mother's silence told me more than I need to know. All I'll say is this. There's a special place in the afterlife for those who abandon their wives and children. Very well. And what of you, traveler? Where do you hail from? I'm confused. Are you trying to belittle yourself? Or are you proud of the way you squirm and defile the countryside? There's too much irony in the world. I can't tell when people are being earnest.